Um, I'm back. I didn't make another video last night since I fell asleep. So we're gonna be going into what my theory is about all this conspiracy stuff. And I know I made a few bullet points, but we're gonna go over everything. So these are my current thoughts as it stands. These are just vague things that I know to be true. And things that everyone in this sector could probably agree on. So here it goes. So number one, the earth isn't round. Number two, history is a lie. Tartaria is the real history. And there are not humans amongst us in some way, shape, or form. And Yahweh rules was a shill. And the vast majority of these talking heads, even on this sector, are shills, agents, and possibly even government agents, feds. And there's a lot of disinformation in the fact that there's a spiritual realm. We know that there is some sort of God. Whether this God answers prayers, I don't know. And did I mention the earth is not round? So I think that sums up everything that I currently think. Now I've been thinking recently about the whole multiple actor thing, and as it stands right now, I'm sort of buying more and more into that. I think that this is just, I don't know, something that I think. I don't think either one of my parents are really human. I think that they are non-humans, matrix parents, and this is such a strange realm we live in. And I think that none of the people that I went to school with were human. More than likely, they were not human. And the reason I suspect this is that they behaved as though they could read my mind. It was this weird phenomenon. Right, I took theater class 2 years in a row, and there's this one girl, well, it wants to be a dude and it wants to shop off its boobs, but it's a girl. Like, let's be real, fuck trannies. So, except Alex Consani, my manifestation, but, you know, anyway, I'm getting off topic, but this girl, this woman, I should say, had appeared to read my mind and knew that I liked her. Like the way she would look at me, the way she would act around me, this whole classroom would act around me. They would all call me old man. They would all, you know, do all these inside jokes around me and say shit about me, and just certain shit that they would say would make me think that they could read my mind or something. It was this really weird phenomenon that I almost cannot put into words. So yeah, that's my whole theory. But yeah, dude, not a whole lot of humans left. Now, are people replaced by clones? I don't think so. I don't think replacing people is this phenomenon that happens very often, except to, people like Eminem, Dave Chappelle, Gucci Mane, Paul McCartney, all people who were obviously replaced with body doubles. So that's something we can also be certain of. And, the whole conspiracy thing, honestly, there could be truth to it all, to every theory. Yeah, I'm not entirely certain. All I know is that the world has been a lie, and I think that is so much of your way of, quote, escaping the matrix, or I don't know, just so much of your awakening and enlightenment comes from realizing, or at least thinking, that everything you've been taught has been a lie to one degree or another. Well, I mean, not to one degree or another, but everything that you've been taught has pretty much been a lie. And yeah, that I might need to make a part 3 of this video, because there's some more stuff that I need to elaborate on, but I'm gonna continue this video. I'm really sorry that there's this fucking next it's finally gone. Wait. But I don't know how many people I've interacted with today are human. I know I'm human, or at least I think I'm human. It's not like, I've been treated very well by people in my life. I've been mostly treated like shit throughout my life by people. By these so-called people, by these so-called friends of mine, and this fucking idiot didn't look at the sign. So, that's not to throw a pity party or anything. That's just is what it is. And, just develop the strength to love yourself. Develop the strength to not give in to the hate of these so-called people. Do I think Donald J. Trump is gonna save us all? No, he's obviously one of them. Alex Jones, David Icke, people who are shills. People, let's go over people who I don't think are shills. John Levi, Lucius Aurelian, talking about the whole Tartaria thing. King Vavid, or Vavid Cats, I don't think is a shill at all. That dude is kosher, that dude is cool, he's not a shill. Arya Davude, Vampire Academia, do I think he's right about everything? Not sure. I don't think so. He keeps getting shit wrong over and over again. And I don't think he's a shill, though. Aaron Haywood, I don't think is a shill. He doesn't give me that energy. I wish that dude would make more content, though. I really wish he would make more videos explaining his, research, but I guess that is what it is. But yeah, those are like people who I don't think are shills. So, people who I know for sure are not shills, I'm gonna put them in tier 1. Tier 1 would be, like I said, John Levi, Lucius Aurelian. And this is just by pure gut feeling. Nothing else. You know, I'm a dumbass. Me, I'm obviously not a shill. Lucius Aurelian, John Levi, like I already said, aren't shills. King Vavid is not a shill. He's in tier 1. Know for sure that dude is not a shill, not an agent. In tier 2, who I'm pretty sure is not a shill, and do I think they're right about everything? No. And, you know, people in this tier would include Aaron Haywood and Vampiric Academia 3. And yeah, this is that's my current ranking of these people as far as shillery goes. So yeah, but I'm gonna have to make more content later on, but that's really the verdict right now as it stands for me anyway. But it's so hard to say though, because, you know, I want to say the whole flat earth thing, dude. You know, I think the earth is round. Is it flat? I don't know. Could be hollow. My throat killing me. And let's go over people who I think are shills. So the people who I think are shills are Evil Reflection, I think is a shill. Fittest Flat Earther, Flat Earth Dave, I think his name is called. All those people are agents, of course. And